Okay, so I'm gonna record this. So I'm sitting out here with the pool with my children. I'm the only black man out here. So the nice white people come out here and tell me if I don't show them my ID, I have to leave. But no one else has to show their ID. So now she's gonna call the police on me. The police are gonna come in front of my children. And they smiling. Look at her smiling. They're smiling. She's smiling. But our residents here. I don't want to be recorded. You being recorded. I'll be here. When the police come, I'll be here. So now they calling the police on me. Karen and her friend, she's smiling because they're going to call the police on me because I don't have an ID on me. Who takes an ID to the swimming pool? And not just that, nobody else has been asked to show their identification. All right, let's see how this works out. This is crazy. Now my children are here. This in front of my
There's a little bit more to that video, but I cut it off there. Even at one point, his own son says, "Dad, why don't you just show them your ID?" I think that in situations like this, I feel like people want to make a point rather than just, like the kid said, just show them your ID and get it over with so you can go back to having fun with your kids instead of getting management and police involved. And I understand a lot of people in the comments, when I was reading the comments, are automatically, of course, every time it has to do with two different races, are trying to call racism, saying that that black man was just chilling with his kids and those white people wanted to be racist. No, I don't think it always has something to do with racism. And even if it does that mean that we need to indulge in the bullshit every single time that we think it's happening? Because do people ever think to themselves, not everything needs to be entertained? Maybe teach your kids to avoid situations like that, that if somebody comes up to you and they're asking for your ID just to make sure that you're actually staying at that hotel, then just show them the fucking ID. Call it a day, show them the idea, tell them to go about their business. Instead, people want to make it a point to create problems out of nothing. Even your own kid was getting annoyed by the situation, which I just didn't show that part of the video. Your own kids are feeling uncomfortable because you're dragging it. Show them the ID, allow your kids to continue playing, you go about your day, everything else could have been, it is what it is. You could have even had a little conversation about it after. Oh, them bitches was probably trying to be racist, but you know what, whatever. We don't have to indulge into everything. We don't have to make everything some type of trying to go viral moment. Because guess what? If those women would have walked over to the people across from the pool and said, "Hey, let me get your ID," bet you they would have just showed their ID and that situation would have been done and over with in a matter of seconds. And that's why they're constantly saying that black people are problematic. This is why there's always that fatigue, black fatigue, because y'all don't just want to get shit done and over with. You want to create an entire clusterfuck of problems over one question. Let me see your ID just to make sure that you're actually a resident at this hotel or apartment complex. I said hotel, but I think it's an apartment complex. And then because of his video, people were calling management, they were calling the apartment complex, trying to get those women fired, calling for racism. That don't need to be. All of that shit is so unnecessary over somebody asking for your fucking ID. At the end of the day, you should be thankful. You want to know why you should be thankful? Because you're living in a nice gated neighborhood, a nice gated apartment complex. Do you want them to just allow any and everybody to just be up in your pool and up in your business when they're not supposed to be there and they're not residents there? Because that could get out of fucking control. I know a lot of situations where people are going into apartment complexes and using other people's pools and they don't even fucking live there. So if you think about it, not everything needs to be seen as racism. Not everything needs to be seen as a problem. Quite honestly, if the first thing you think is they're looking at me and they're thinking I'm black, they're racist, then think about reflecting back in the mirror as to why do they even feel that way. You want to know why? Because of the fatigue. You want to know why? Because we're not going to sit here and sugarcoat shit and act like motherfuckers don't be doing a bunch of ignorant shit or being in places they're not supposed to be. So at the end of the day, you can't get mad at them. You have to get mad at your own people for creating that fucking environment for you. And maybe sometimes when situations like this arise, try creating a different impression of yourself than always continuing the fucking chaos. Give your ID, continue having fun with your family. That is it.